and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at noon.
Police have identified the man who was gunned down outside of Fargo McDonald's. Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Jordan Schreier. The victim is 20-year-old Gabriel Perez of Fargo. This is a photo from outside the memorial that's popped up near the McDonald's. It happened at the Main Avenue downtown restaurant around 5:30 yesterday morning. Officers found Gabriel dead in the parking lot with multiple gunshot injuries. Surveillance shots show a man in a dark blue or black Chevy Trailblazer pointing a gun out of his car and firing at Gabriel. They say that Gabriel had been sitting down when he was shot, but got up and started running away. He went about 100 feet before collapsing. Police say it looks like there was only one person in that vehicle. Authorities found that vehicle in Moorhead yesterday evening. Now, if you recognize this person or have any information about this case, call the Fargo Police or your local law enforcement. We have new information on the body found with gunshot wounds near Pelican Rapids. Authorities have identified the person as 28-year-old Dylan Butler. On Saturday, Otter Tail County Sheriff's deputies found Butler's body just north of Pelican Rapids, buried on a property off of Hallbrook Road. The day before, authorities arrested this guy, 25-year-old Jordan Dahlman, in relation to the death. He was arrested for third-degree murder and interference with the dead body. The sheriff's office says Dahlman and Butler were roommates. Butler's body was taken to Anoka, Minnesota for an autopsy today. Stay with us as we continue to follow this investigation. This man here is also wanted by Fargo police in connection with an alleged murder. Police responded Friday morning to a call about a self-inflicted gunshot wound at an apartment in the 2300 block of 17th Street South, but determined that Kevin Riley Sr. did not die from a self-inflicted wound. Police suspect that Christopher Riley is responsible for his father's death, and he's still at large. He's believed to be driving a gray 2003 Dodge Ram pickup with a gray topper and Minnesota plates that say 400 NTE. Now, if you see Riley or his vehicle, police say to stay away from him and call 911 right away. Now, for a live look outside at Fargo, it's been a dreary and rainy Monday. For if this will continue to the rest of our day, let's check in with Storm Team meteorologist Justin Fanfarelli.
And thank you, Jordan. Good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, we are seeing some rain showers, especially off to our south and to our eastern counties right now. Here's a look at our radar. Now, from Thief River Falls out toward Devil's Lake and down toward Jamestown, we're seeing mostly cloudy skies. We still have a cool northwesterly wind, but the rain is staying in a line from, say, Valley City and Fargo. Points off to the south, down near the South Dakota border. Lisbon, Gwinner, Oaks actually could see some moderate rain with the yellow on the map. It goes back up through Barnesville, Detroit Lakes, Mahnomen, Bagley, and Bemidji. Points off to the north up toward Badette. So if you're traveling in these areas, you could see some rain showers, and they could stick around until a little later on into the afternoon. Most of the warm air is now east of the viewing area. Wadena still at 61. Everybody else into the mid-40s to near 50 with a light breeze from the northwest, and that is keeping temperatures down. And high temperatures are going to be cool today. A high of 56 in Fargo, mostly cloudy skies, still a chance of some showers through the early afternoon. Get used to the cool air. It's going to stick around, and so are some rain chances. We'll have the full 7-day forecast coming up later in the newscast.
All right, thank you, Justin. The trial against William Hain continues today, and the doctor who examined Savannah Graywin's body has testified most of the morning. The doctor says when he examined her body, there was a cut along the abdomen and certain organs were coming out of her. William Hain is charged with conspiracy to commit murder in the death of Savannah Graywind in August of 2017. Brooke Cruz admitted to killing Graywind and is now serving a life sentence. Stay with us here at Valley News Live on the air and online for all of the latest updates from today's testimony. The man who allegedly robbed a Grand Forks gas station at gunpoint is still on the loose. Officers were called to the Cenex station around 11 last night at 2002 South Washington Street. An employee says a man with a gun stole the till and then ran off. Officers set up a perimeter and brought in a canine to track the suspect. He wasn't found, but police did find the register. They're now looking for a black man about 5'6" with a slim build. He was wearing a black t-shirt, light gray sweater, black jeans, black tennis shoes, and a black mask over the bottom half of his face. Anyone with information about this robbery is urged to call the Grand Forks Police. Firefighters are looking for the cause of a fire that destroyed a garage and a shed and damaged a small part of a home in Mapleton. It happened just after 11 last night on the southeast part of town. The fire started in the garage and then spread to parts of the home. People were inside the house at the time, but everyone got out safely and were able to stay at the home after the fire. Crews are still trying to figure out the extent of the damage. 2 sites have been selected to distribute medical marijuana in North Dakota. One is in Bismarck and the other in Fargo. Harvest of Bismarck will distribute the drug in the capital. Acreage, North Dakota will distribute in Fargo. Grand Forks and Williston will also have distribution sites in the future. However, the exact companies responsible for it haven't been selected yet. The North Dakota Department of Health is expecting to open online applications for qualifying patients near the end of October. Bill Cosby is back inside a Pennsylvania courtroom right now. After being found guilty of sexual assault, the sentencing phase of the case is underway. Jay Gray has the latest from the courthouse.
Supporters and protesters screaming as Bill Cosby walks into the Montgomery County Courthouse, his future and freedom hanging in the balance.
If he's sentenced to county or state prison, he will be led out of the courtroom in handcuffs.
The possible sentence for Cosby ranges from a maximum of 30 years in prison, 10 for each guilty count of indecent assault, to probation or home confinement and electronic monitoring.
I really think it's important that he spend some time behind bars. He's committed the act, he's been convicted of it, and he should do time like everyone else.
State guidelines suggest the most likely sentence is 1 to 4 years behind bars, but Judge Stephen T. O'Neill is expected to consider several factors, including Cosby's age and health. He may also take into account his lack of public remorse.
The judge can go a year more or a year less, depending on aggravating factors or mitigating factors.
Cosby has repeatedly denied all of the allegations against him, and his legal team is expected to appeal his conviction.
The judge has set aside 2 days for sentencing, time that will include a victim statement from Andrea Constad, the woman at the center of this case. The Associated Press has confirmed that Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein is headed to the White House with the expectation that he will be fired. Rosenstein oversees Special Counsel Robert Mueller's investigation into Russian election meddling and has been the probe's chief public defender. In our consumer alert this afternoon, we could soon get a break from the ever-shrinking legroom on a plane. The U.S. House is expected to take up legislation this week that would require the Federal Aviation Administration to set new minimum requirements for seat width and legroom on planes. The legislation would also prohibit involuntary bumping of passengers who've already boarded the flight. However, the legislation did not include any measures to regulate baggage and change fees.